everyone. Um, I just woke up. But if I don't make this video now, I won't be able to make this video. Um, so this right here is my second round reaction, pretty much. Um, let's jump into it. So we have our final four teams, and it's certainly interesting to see who's ended up going to the final four of this. I think we're gonna start with a series that just wrapped up last night in Game 7 with the New York Islanders winning in a shutout by a final score of 4-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. This series was it was really good hockey wise in my opinion. I did like it. It was a fun series to watch. Even with the constant dump the puck mentality from the Islanders, it was still pretty good. Cool. It was still pretty good. Um, you know, Philly they didn't win a game that wasn't in overtime. That's something that I feel is a takeaway. For some reason, I felt like going into this playoff run, Philly was going to be a team that was going to be good, but like they just weren't going to be able to do it. And I feel like Game 7 proved my point. And I feel like the contrast between this Montreal series and the Islanders series proved my point. I kind of in the back of my head knew, okay, I think the Islanders might be able to win this one because Philly were barely able to handle Montreal. Sorry. Meanwhile, the Islanders had manhandled the Capitals. Like you look at the quality of team you're looking at there, Islanders on paper, when you look at what they had done, had a better track record built up. I don't know, but point is, the moral of the story is the New York Islanders have clinched a spot in the conference finals, and it happened in Toronto. Which means, and Leafs fans, I'm sorry for how depressing this is. Leafs fans have a lot to be depressed about today with the Islanders winning. Um, the New York Islanders have won more playoff series on Toronto's ice than the Leafs have since 2004, and the New York Islanders in the past 2 years without John Tavares after he went to Toronto have more playoff series wins than more playoff appearances than the Leafs do. Almost. More true playoff appearances because the Leafs have 5 if you include this whole playing round thing. I'm not including that here. But yeah, like the Leafs fans, if the Islanders win the cup, I don't know what to tell you. Toronto, Boston, Tampa, Boston. Sorry, I'm so used to Toronto playing Boston. And remember, it's also like moments after I've woken up. Tampa, Boston. Tampa wins in 5, double overtime for Hedman. I think I've already spoken on this series, but with them winning, it's going to give us a Tampa Bay Islanders series. Now, honestly, throughout this playoff run, I've had a lot of easier series to predict. I found like the second round for me, even though I got one. I actually, you know what? I didn't really give a prediction for the Islanders and Flyers, and then I got wrong Colorado over Dallas. So I technically have swung 2 for 4, which is not horrible for me in the second round. Um, but the moral of this, gosh, I'm sorry right now for just being like so out of joint. I am exhausted. And it's also because I've redone my entire design. You see here, there's nothing back here. There's nothing over there. I'm revamping a little bit to make this area over here like family corner and like actual personal photo corner, and then all this wall might just be like sports stuff, but I don't know. And I nearly tore. I've like my one of my fingers actually has a welt on it from pushing thumbtacks into the wall. Um, but back to the playoffs, we have Tampa and Islanders in the conference final, and I gotta go. This is so hard. I don't know if there's an actual prediction that you can make here because of how hard it is to make. This is just such a close series because on one hand, Tampa is Tampa. We know what they bring. On the other hand, it's the Islanders. And I feel I feel like the Islanders are either going to do one of two things. There's not going to be a middle ground. It's going to be one of two things. The Islanders are going to knock the Lightning out, go to the finals, and perform very strong. So, they're going to go and they're just they're going to they're just going to beat Tampa, really. They're going to be able to beat Tampa and then from there who knows. Or they're going to pull off what Carolina did last year, and that was make it to the conference finals, play a team that, when you look at the names, when you look at the apparent star power, is better, and then they are going to lose that game and just do it in embarrassing fashion. I don't think it's going to be an embarrassing fashion. I think I'm going to have the Islanders winning in 7. Islanders in 7. There we go. I'm going to throw that out there just because, I like Tampa. And don't get me wrong, this is not going to be due to Tampa crumbling. I just think the Islanders right now have more confidence and more momentum. And I think a big reason behind this more confidence and more momentum, like before, I think it was just off of the talent and the style they play. But we also have to remember something that's key here with the Islanders. Since they are the only team left to come out of the play-in round, they have not just won those 2 playoff series, they've won 3. And you can say what you want, that has to build a little bit more confidence on you. They must have a little bit more confidence within them now. And if they can kind of channel that, I think that the Islanders could make the finals. But it's such a close series right now to call. And that's saying something knowing the talent Tampa have. I think it's just an indictment on how crazy the Islanders have been. The Islanders are the surprise story of the year. We all knew that they were going to be good. But personally, I thought this team would be like the second round at most team. But no, they have made it to the conference finals and probably could make it farther. I'm going to go with Islanders in 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Colorado-Dallas ends with a Joel Kiviranta goal to send the Dallas Stars into the second round. Now, I have been very adamant that I am not the biggest Dallas Star fan, and that I really wanted the Avalanche to win this because I also predict them to be in the finals with Carolina. Oh man, I made some bad predictions this year. Some really bad predictions. That being said though, Dallas are an interesting team. I have gained a lot of respect for them because before today, I've had this reputation of this Dallas Stars team not being able to get over that hump, not being able to even get into the conference finals. They remind me of a team from a couple years ago, not with how they play fully and not with everything, but their trajectory reminds me of a team by the name of the Washington Capitals, who they can't really get into that third round. They are stuck in this first to second round purgatory. And then they finally get over the hump, and in the year they get over the hump, they go far. And I feel like Dallas could do that. And that's the thing about this Final Four, is that there is no team that is definitively better than any other. All these teams could feasibly beat each other in the conference final, and then go to the final, and whatever combination there is, it could be either side winning. It's as much of a coin toss as you can get right now in hockey. And I think that Dallas, like I said, I don't fully like the team, and I really don't want them to win the cup. But if they do, I imagine that they will earn more of my respect as this playoff run goes on, if they're able to. But they are going to have a hard time, as they're going to play Vegas, who beat Vancouver in 7. I did a live reaction to this. I don't feel like I need to say much more here. If you don't know what happened in that game, Vancouver came out and lacked any effort. They got 2 shots in the first and 4 in the second. And by the third, even though it was a 0-0 tie game due to the 23-year-old goalie, like, you knew the writing was on the wall. Thatcher Demko wasn't going to stop everything forever, and the Canucks learned it the hard way. They really did. Shea Theodore scored the game winner. And good for Vegas. Good for Vegas to be able to move on. No Canadian teams left now. But good for Vegas to move on. They're going to get a matchup versus Dallas. And, oh, man. Again, this is a really tough one. Because I like both these teams. I think that both of them could do it. Now, I feel like I've made the mistake of doubting Dallas in round 1. I doubted them in round 2. Even though I want to pick Vegas, can I really doubt Dallas again? I just know the one time I picked them, they're gonna let me down, right? When you look at the goaltending, Hudobin's been good. Not the best. He's been alright. Ben Bishop, don't put him in net. Just not this year. Not yet, anyways. I think Vegas will win this. I think it'll go 6, because there's no way we're going to get another 2 7-round series. I'm probably going to be wrong. But, you know what? I think that Vegas can win it. And that means that we would end up getting a Vegas Islanders final. Which, in that, who knows who could win. But that's really the matchup I'm looking for. I'm not going to be surprised if Tampa wins. I'm not going to be surprised if Dallas wins. I'm not going to be surprised if we get a completely different combination. Who knows what we get? It's 2020. Right? With that being said, I thank you all for watching. I'm sorry again that this was a little bit all over the place, because I've just woken up, haven't even eaten. I'm very, very foggy still. But I will see you on the next video, which should be that Oilers goaltending video, that I promised. It's just, there's been a ton getting in the way. I have, nothing else to say. Thank you all. Bye for now. Peace.